Guys, Steve with Revive, and here's my lifting footage from the week just past. So it was a relatively okay week, not the best, and reason being is I've basically had a cold ever since last Tuesday. It's basically gone today, just about. But so I've had that for about a week, and you know, the typical cold, kind of sore throat, runny nose, coughing, sneezing, low energy levels, feeling hungry all the time. At least that's me. So went into the gym not feeling 100% at all throughout the entire week, really, apart from probably this training session. Bench recently, it has been feeling really good the last few weeks. This week it felt slightly off. Don't know what it was, my confidence wasn't where it was usually. But I was happy with 6 on that last plus set at 95 kilograms. That is a good lift for me. Also been overhead pressing more. It's my weakest lift out of any of kind of the barbell lifts. So I asked Greg Farris, my coach, to incorporate it more into my program, and it's paid dividend. Just goes to show if you increase frequency on any lift, it's going to improve. It's one of those things, practice makes perfect, but with training a certain muscle and muscle groups, it's going to pay even more dividend by kind of incorporating that move more and more. So if you want to improve in something, definitely recommend increasing your frequency on it. Definitely a good idea. So like twice a week minimum. Here are my squats, 2 rep max. So again, wasn't feeling particularly well today. This is the first day my cold kind of came on to me. And I was surprised how well 170 felt. Went up really smooth. And looking back on that, it was really smooth, really good. And here I put a stupid squat attempt of 180. The only reason it was stupid is because I was a bit ill, and so wasn't feeling 100%, and I just got 170. But it felt good, and actually that 180 looked reasonable. It didn't look like a 1 rep max attempt. Here, I actually think I probably had it, and it was probably just kind of slightly limited energy levels. You can see I wasn't too bothered by it, kind of having a laugh. You just kind of have to take failure as it comes. I kind of don't see failure as a negative at all. It's kind of an opportunity to learn about yourself, see where you failed, why you failed, and as long as you kind of take lessons from it, it's absolutely a positive thing. So here's my deadlift 2 rep max attempt. I actually think 210 might be only slightly conservative for me right now, only because deadlifts hadn't been feeling 100% recently. I probably think I have about 215 in me. Also, because of having a cold, not the best time to try and push it. So here you're seeing 1 second pause at the knee, which compared to a 3 second pause at the knee is heavenly. It's really nice actually. You really get that upper back tight, keep tight, and then power through the glutes. I actually really like that. I think it helps your lockout quite a lot. If you haven't tried them before, definitely want to try. They do feel like they're trying to break your back, especially if you're doing a 3 second pause. But at that kind of weight and rep, it was alright. So here you're seeing my touch and go through rep max for 105 kilograms. Pretty happy with this. I really want to be using over 100 kilograms in like all my bench training now. It's kind of one of those barriers. So here you see I'm doing a 3 second pause for 3 reps at 90 kilograms. So I'd love for this to actually be at 100 kilograms. I'm hoping in my competition that's in about 6 weeks, powerlifting competition I'm doing, I will be able to work towards getting kind of a 115, 120 bench press. Bench press has notoriously been my weakest lift. So here you'll see my 5 rep max, and I actually felt very confident this day. I will note I've been overdosing on caffeine this week because I wasn't feeling my best, but I was feeling confident. Went for 160, which is actually very high kind of for a 5 rep max attempt, considering what my other kind of lifts were at. But feeling confident, and looking back at these, they look good. I made sure to kind of purposely get depth, because I know last week I was maybe lacking a bit of depth. And you have to get your depth for the competition. Normally it's hip crease has below knee crease, but it depends on the federation on how strict they are. So I really made sure to kind of purposely come down quite controlled and then really go in the hole, sink deep, get that stretch reflex. Because when you're doing a pause squat, you switch that stretch reflex off. So you want to make the most of it when you can. So these actually were pretty hard. Second rep felt fairly grindy, but I did it. It was reasonable. It's a decent load to be using, so I do enjoy pause squats. 3 seconds isn't too bad. If you work your way up, get up to 5, 7 seconds. They're real killers. I've not done any of those just yet. I've not been programmed in. So here's my 3 rep max attempt. As you saw earlier in the week, got a 3 rep max attempt for touch and go. So this is pause bench. So the slight difference here is I'm coming down and then having a slight, maybe 1 second pause, like in a powerlifting meet where you'd have to pause. These are probably not as paused as I'd like, but I think I had the 3 in me, and slight grinder on the last one. It always is for bench with me, kind of have it or I don't. So enjoying Spoto press here. If you haven't ever looked up Spoto, look him up. Very, very strong bencher. So cheers guys, that was my lifting week. Revive stronger.